You can do it. You can. Google does it. Google takes us live. It is the Modern Fowler Scrum. It's a Monday. We've got Sam and Brent and Will, and Brent was in first. Brent, how are things going with you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. What have I been up to? I've got the API, async API client working with the first function. So it now retrieves, what does it do? It retrieves stories. So that's good.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I had a good local support pairing session yesterday with Nicholas, and we managed to look at the mobile friendly ticket, and we made some changes so that the logo now appears better when it's a logo on a mobile.
Wonderful.
We also updated the tracker ticket with all the different things that we feel need to be addressed.
Right. Lovely.
I've added some more tables to the charity API. And yeah, that's about what I've done. Oh, and I'm back up on schedule and back up to speed with the MOOC. So later today, I've got a pairing session with Bill to go over the homework too. And then I will probably do some more on either the Charity Commission API or the Async Voter API. And I'm also going to, if I have time, look at the changing the migrations for local support to update those time, date fields.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. That sounds like tremendous progress all round. Amazing.
So no blockers. Yep, I'm good.
Wow. Thanks, Brent. Awesome. Let's go on to Will. How are things going with you?
Nothing is.
No pressure. No pressure. Obviously, it's
that was really good summary, Brent. I think I can summarize what I've been doing as simplifying the application that I've been working on. I put a lot of validation logic at the top level where it shouldn't have been. So I've moved a lot of that down, and that's meant that I've been able to simplify the top level logic, and write a few more tests. But I've not. I don't know. I've not been doing a lot of coding over the weekend. I got quite stuck. It got very slow.
Interesting that Will was saying he got stuck and it quite slow, and then his camera seems to have frozen, or it's me.
Just because it's another nice thing just to have done.
I think we just missed most of that, Will. Sorry.
Ironically, at the point that you said I got kind of stuck, your camera then froze, and I think, and then we sort of lost it. So yeah, you were saying that you got quite stuck, but then something.
But never blocked, and I'm not blocked now, and I'm going to push some code this morning.
Yay! Because then we get to see it. Yeah.
Cool.
I was going to say, it sounds like all this interesting stuff going on that I can't see. So
right.
I'll be excited to see that come through the Why Notify channel.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Good. Thanks, Sam.
Cool. All right. Let's go on to me. Most recently, I've just done the web dev Odin mob, and we were looking at Command Line and C9, and yeah, we've got a new. We're now paying at a very reasonable rate for a C9 educational pack, which gives us unlimited C9 workspaces and kind of like a whole admin framework, so we can make sure that all the mentors have access to all the C9 workspaces and so on. So that's all working very pleasingly. Before that, I was kind of working on website 1. I'm going with the code hospitality vibe, and I'm trying to do it with all the projects eventually, which is try and just really improve like the explanation of why things are the way they are, this, that, and the other. I paired with Marion over the weekend, and we fixed up a deprecation warning, and so now the R specs have no extraneous noise, which is very pleasing. And yeah, also paired with Ken and on his Heroku-san project, which is a project for making it easier to interact with Heroku, needs to be upgraded to a new API, and that was fun. And so we've got I don't think I'm really blocked by anything, except that I wish I could pause time in order to fix all the bugs that are all over the place. But we've got the deep learning mob coming up, and then I've got the Autograders client meeting after that. And yeah, but also Stella is also here. Hey, Stella, how are you doing? And maybe Stella's audio is.
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Hi Stella, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
So I think we've got some of either is an audio delay or some challenge with hearing the audio from Stella, which is a shame. Maybe Stella, you can just tell us in the chat how you're doing.
Okay.
No, what's the chat? So yeah, maybe Stella, you can update us. Either there's the group chat here, or there is you know, feel free to use the Slack chat as well to update us on how things are going with you. Yes, good show. Yeah, I guess Stella, you were assuming that you can hear me. Yeah, I think. I mean, it seems like the ultimately we will be able to address those issues with the event thing. So you're free to carry on working on the mailing stuff, and happy to talk about that if you need to. Yeah, so I think that's our Scrum. Is there anything that anybody else wanted to bring up, share, show, get help with at all?
Not that I can think of, thanks.
No. No. Cool. Well, I think then maybe we can leave it there. I'm happy to. Yeah. So Stella's saying she can hear clearly. Were we able to sort out the issue on the event show page? We thought so. Definitely Scrum over now. So if we'll maybe just focus on local support. So don't feel the need to stay around if you're not so interested in that. I was just. So I pulled out the latest codes onto the develop server and pushed that over the weekend. And I can see now on the develop server that if we go to the events, that we get the calendar. And I created a test event, and it's showing up in the calendar, but it's not showing up in the upcoming events. So there's still some weirdness. I mean, I can take another thing here. I didn't, or maybe it was that I showed it. Okay, I think I've worked out. Probably I created it in the past. Yeah, that's probably the problem. So look here. Yes, and then test 2. Yes, yes. So I think that is all working, and I think that the problems that I was having locally relate to the database columns, and the problems on the production server are just that it hasn't got the latest code yet. So in that sense, it's all sorted out. What I would say, Stella, is just to highlight, if I can, if it will let me navigate to the local support code base, there it is that, yeah, I think part of the reason that there was confusion, like there was different problems on different systems, was related to the way that the schema is set up. So if we look at the schema, and I don't know when this was introduced or where we are, but okay. So actually, that's interesting. So
that was definitely not the case.
Before, certainly on my one, it wasn't. Maybe I had just not run a migration. But well, what do you have locally for you, Brent? I mean,
I'll just have a quick look. Yeah, let me 2 seconds.
I mean, I did just update this over the weekend. Maybe someone else. Yeah, but so previously, these the start date and the end date was strings. When we were looking at this last week, we were seeing this as being string and this as being string. But it seems to be all date time now.
Table, where's events? Oh no, mine is date time as well.
Okay.
I could have sworn when I checked last week when you was having that problem, I was string as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe someone's gone ahead and made that change for us.
Oh, cool. I won't be working on that this afternoon then.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad we were able to highlight that. We could quickly go in here and use git annotate to see when and where that changed. But so you see the events. So that all seems to. That's interesting. That's very strange, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, I guess. I mean, we seem to have. This is from Ray in June about fixing events branch issues. I'm just wondering if we didn't have that code before for some reason. That's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can't be 100% sure, but I'm fairly confident that mine was showing string when we looked last week as well.
Yeah.
But I have pulled develop down today as well, so.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's what I did over the weekend. I mean, we can have a look at. I mean, I guess there's the schema, and then there's. If I go to show history here, what have we got? I mean, we've got some different. I mean, these are all changes to. That is very strange. I wonder if we just didn't have that commit in our history. Well, that's that there. I mean, I guess the other thing just to look at is the migrations. Can I get rid of the annotation? Thank you. But so we've got add events, that's events feature, create events. That's very interesting. So we seem to have the migration. And that is bizarre. Well, I guess all's well that ends well.
Yep.
It all seems to be working. I guess, and the final check is for me to look at it locally. Sorry, I just have to. Is this a junk call or my school children's school parent calling me? Hello. It's a junk call. Oh well. Well, I'm going to stay on this to try and tell them not to call me again. I guess I'll maybe leave it there and catch up with you guys later.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers. Thanks.
Bye for now. Take care.
Bye. Cheers, Stella.